Okay, let's just dive right in. Take a look at this equation on your screen. 2x squared minus 7x plus 3 equals 0. Now, if your first thought is, whoa, that looks tough, you're definitely not alone. Trying to factor that thing could be tricky. But what if I told you there's a single key that can unlock this problem, and pretty much any other equation just like it?
That's right. There is one single, powerful formula that honestly doesn't care how messy the numbers get. It's like a secret passcode that gives you the answer every single time. No more guesswork.
And that amazing tool is exactly what this is all about, the quadratic formula. Seriously, by the time we're done here, you're going to see this not as some boring thing to memorize, but as your absolute secret weapon for math.
All right, first up, the formula unlocked. Now, before we can use this universal key, we got to understand the type of lock it's designed for. See, before you use the key, you have to know which lock it fits. And for our formula, the lock always looks like this. ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. This is called the standard form. The most important thing is to just identify your a, b, and c values. A is always the number hooked to the x squared, b is the one next to x, and c is that number all by itself at the end. And here it is, the hero of our story. X equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, all of that divided by 2a. I know, it looks like a beast, but think of it like a recipe. You just take your a, b, and c that we just found, plug them into the right spots, and the formula spits out the answer. Or in this case, 2 answers. Okay, enough talk, right? The absolute best way to get this formula is to actually use it. So let's put it to the test with that exact same problem we started with.
So here we are again. Our challenge, 2x squared minus 7x plus 3 equals 0. You can see it's already in that perfect standard form we just talked about, so we are ready to roll with our first and most crucial step.
We just need to find our ingredients. The number next to x squared is 2, so our a is 2. The number next to x is negative 7, so b is negative 7. And you have to be careful with that negative sign. It's part of the value. And finally, the number at the end is 3, so c is 3. Simple as that. All right, here's our game plan. It's a really simple 4-step process. First, we're going to substitute our numbers in. Then we simplify. After that, we calculate the square root. And finally, we solve for our 2 possible answers for x. Let's knock them out one by one. First up, substitution. All we're doing is carefully replacing every single a, b, and c in our big formula with the numbers we just found. Now notice, for negative b, we have negative 7, and for b squared, we have negative 7 squared. Trust me, using parentheses like this is a lifesaver. It'll help you avoid making mistakes with those negative signs. Okay, that might still look a little crazy, but the trick is you don't solve it all at once. We're going to simplify this thing piece by piece, starting with the part that's underneath the square root symbol. First piece of the puzzle is the b squared part. So we've got negative 7 squared. Remember, a negative times a negative gives you a positive, so that gives us a nice, clean 49. Easy enough. Next up, the 4ac part. That's just 4 times our a of 2 times our c of 3. So 4 times 2 is 8, and then 8 times 3 is 24. See? Pretty straightforward. Okay, let's plug these simplified pieces back in. The negative 7 at the beginning becomes a positive 7. The b squared we calculated is 49, and the 4ac is 24. And on the bottom, 2 times a is 2 times 2, which is 4. And look at that, it already looks so much better. All we gotta do is the math under the root. 49 minus 24 is 25. So now our equation is just x equals 7 plus or minus the square root of 25 all over 4. Now we've reached a really important point, that plus or minus symbol. This is where we get our 2 different answers. It literally means we have to solve the problem 2 separate times, once using a plus sign and once using a minus. And since we know the square root of 25 is 5, we can split our path right here. Let's start with case 1, the plus path. We have 7 plus 5, which is 12. And 12 divided by 4 gives us our very first solution, x equals 3. Boom, 1 answer down. Now for case 2, the minus path. This time it's 7 minus 5, which is 2, and 2 divided by 4, well, that simplifies down to 1/2. And just like that, we have our second solution. So the answers to that big, tough-looking equation are x equals 3 and x equals 1/2. The formula worked perfectly. But wait, there's more. The formula actually has one more secret to share.
It has this incredible predictive power built right into it. And it's hiding in a part we already solved, that little bit under the square root sign.
Yeah, that part, the b squared minus 4ac, has a special name, the discriminant. And get this, it can tell you what kind of answers you're going to get before you even finish solving. If it works out to be a positive number, like our 25 was, you know you're going to get 2 different real solutions. If it's 0, you'll get just 1 real solution. And if it ends up being negative, well, you can't take the square root of a negative number, so that tells you there are no real solutions. It's like a crystal ball for math.
So there you have it. We've unlocked the formula, we've used it, and we've even learned its secrets. Now let's pack this brand new skill into your math toolkit by quickly going over the main points.
Just remember these 4 things. 1. The formula is your universal key, but it only works if the equation is in standard form first. 2. Your very first move always is to correctly identify A, B, and C. 3. Be super careful when you substitute your numbers, especially those negatives, and then just simplify one step at a time. And 4. You can use the discriminant as a quick check to see how many answers you should be looking for.
And that really is the whole point of this. This isn't just about passing a test. It's about building up the confidence to look at a problem that seems really tough and knowing that you have a reliable, powerful tool that will guide you to the solution every single time. So what equation are you going to solve next?